welcome to Virtual Club Passim, our series of Passim streams shows. We've been doing these every night from our Facebook and YouTube pages these days. We've used many platforms over the time. We're going to be experimenting with some other things. We've got a couple of announcements of upcoming things. We're going to be having a couple of performances from Club Passim with no audience, just performances that will be streaming live as well. On next Saturday, we're going to be relaunching our PAIR Fund, the Passim Emergency Artist Relief Fund. We'll give you a little sense of what the rearranged room might look like once we're able to start getting some folks in there. We'll have a live set from Hank Wonder, and we'll be premiering a great new Pair Fund video that a bunch of folks put together, a bunch of great local musicians put together for the Pair Fund of the Bruce Cockburn song, Wondering Where the Lines Are, and Bruce Cockburn is a special guest at that one. So you can come check that out on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And also, we're going to have an album release show from Laurie McKenna on the 24th. So keep an eye out online for those things. If you're a member of Passim, you would already know about a couple of special member events we have coming up, where we're having some green room chats with some of our great performers. We've got one coming up of Wintry Songs. Some of the folks from that, it's going to be Rose Polenzani, Mariel Vandersteel, I think Val Thompson is going to be part of it, and Jennifer Kimball and Jenna Moynihan. And then we're going to have another one of those in August with Elisa Amador. So those are going to be coming up. That's for members only. There'll be Zoom chats. And we're trying to do some more interactive things like that. While we have these platforms available to us, we're trying to do a lot of cool and interesting things. One thing that we've been loving since our Campfire Festival is using this platform, StreamYard, because we've been able to do in the round shows, and they're really, really fun. Now, this was a show tonight that was actually supposed to happen in the club. It was going to be this evening at this time. So it's almost like it's totally normal, right? Except you're at home, they're at home, I'm at home. It's not normal at all. There's nothing normal about this whatsoever. But if you pour yourself, if you've got some Cambridge Brewing Company beer, and if you have the ability to make yourself some rosemary fries and a Passim burger, I recommend doing that. If you would not mind, we ask also that you share this stream, because that helps get folks out and engaged. We're asking for an $18 donation for tonight. It is without cost to watch, but if you can make a donation, the suggested donation tonight is $18. We're thrilled to have you here no matter what. But you can share this on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for being here. We're excited for a great show here tonight. We're going to start bringing on our folks here. We've got someone that was in town for a while here, but lives very far away now in Austin, Texas. Mr. Terry Klein is here. Hello, Terry. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Good to see you. It's been a while.
It's great to see you, too. It's been approximately 6 minutes.
Well, since it's the illusion. Come on, the illusion. We weren't talking beforehand.
Yes, I'm sorry, the fourth wall, you know.
or who knows how many walls? It's online.
That's right.
There's just one wall. That's it.
True.
You know, it's everything's in two dimensions. Well, Terry, great to see you. Great to have you as part of the show. We've also got Mr. Jim Trick. Hello, Jim.
Hello, everybody. It's great to see you for the first time this evening.
Yes, indeed. The first time. Great to see you, Jim. And we've also got Susan Cattaneo here. Hello, Susan.
Hello, how are you?
Well, so folks know, you know, like we've been doing some of these shows, you know, that are just sets. It's been nice to have a way to chat a little bit like this beforehand. Now, what I recall is that Terry put this show together. Didn't you do that, Terry? You reach out to everybody?
Back in February, I started putting together a pretty extensive tour that was going to end up in Maine and then head back to Texas. And this was the stop that I was frankly the very most excited about, because Club Passim means a tremendous amount to me. So I'm so happy that we're able to do it this way. With two of just my totally favorite performers.
Excellent. Well, I'm very excited for this show. I wish we could all be together in the club, but hey, this is going to do for right now. We're going to kick it off with you, Terry. Take it away.
All right. We're going to start with a Massachusetts song. they took out the circle, but the traffic's no better. $60 million just pissed away. You sit for an hour, the baby fills her diaper, but that Huggy ain't leaking, so I guess we're okay. And at Ferretti's in Brewster, roast beef and salami, sliced to perfection, that IBP meat. Folks stand there waiting, and tunics and tivas, a little hungover, maybe 1/3 asleep. On a thin strip of sand out in the Atlantic, you can sin like the Kennedys did. Provincetown salt boxes shimmer in sunlight. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge. Yeah, that bar band in Wellfleet, they do hits from the 90s at the Beachcomber Pub on Saturday nights. It's like an ad for Viagra. They play Bush and Nirvana, hit on the barflies and get lucky sometimes. And the rich folks from Chatham, well, they don't like poor folks. Say affordable housing, it won't happen here. And in their black E350s, when they've had 4 too many, they speed on the back roads and T-bone the deer. On a thin strip of sand out in the Atlantic, you can sin like the Kennedys did. Provincetown salt boxes shimmer in sunlight. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge. Yeah, the girls in from Russia live in single wide trailers in Yarmouth and Dennis. On summer J1s, they make $4 an hour, serving crab cakes at parties and repel the advances of husbands and sons. And on Labor Day weekend, locals stand on the bridges, waving goodbye at the folks on Route 6. Then they head back to their houses, feeling smug satisfaction, mix Coke and Evan Williams, and scream at their kids. On a thin strip of sand out in the Atlantic, you can sin like the Kennedys did. The Provincetown salt boxes shimmer in sunlight. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge. There's a suicide fence on the Sagamore Bridge.
Oh, that was so good.
I
was singing harmony with you.
I love every single thing about that song.
Well, thanks.
I know, right?
Wow.
It's awesome.
And it's great because people who have never been on the Sagamore Bridge from other parts of the country are actually getting a true taste of what it's like to be here doing what we do here in beautiful old Massachusetts. Wow, that's a good tune, dude. Is that a newer
Thanks.
song or an older song?
It's kind of a medium aged song. It's the first song on my second record, which came out in January of 2019.
Really good. I like
Thanks.
it.
So good.
Good stuff.
Thanks. I can't wait to hear both of you.
Well, I think I'm up next, and I've been getting in trouble for not writing enough happy, upbeat songs. So I'm opening with something that's kind of like 3/4 of the way done, and I'll fake or scat or do something where the bridge is supposed to go. Now, for those of you who are tuning in and you like my very depressing shit, it's coming. Don't you worry. I got plenty of sad songs for all of you tonight, but this isn't one of them. So come on, girl, lay down your heavy burden. I'll stop your heart from hurting. Lay down next to me, you'll see there's magic in the moonlight. Gonna make you feel just right. Lay down your heavy burden and lay down next to me. 'Cause your love keeps me coming around. Yeah, your love keeps me coming around. When it's harder than it should be, colder than it could be. Yeah, your love keeps me coming around. And come on, girl, lay down your heavy burden. I'll stop your heart from hurting. Lay down next to me. You'll see that there's magic in the moonlight, gonna make you feel just right. Lay down your heavy burden and lay down next to me. Can you guess which part isn't done yet? And come on, girl, yeah, lay down your heavy burden. I'll stop your heart from hurting if you lay down next to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm happy.
Woo!
Oh,
that was
cool.
awesome. I love that song. When did you write that, Jim?
It's not even done. It's like a couple months of monkeying around with it, but it feels good, and it feels like what my soul needs to, the kind of thing I need to be singing in order to feel okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I could see like palm trees and I don't know, it has like a Jimmy Buffett thing going on for me.
As long as you can't see me with my shirt off in public, we're great.
But in private,
But in private.
Hey, what Dino doesn't know won't hurt him. Mr. Cattaneo.
There we go. Mr. Cattaneo, who I am talking to you from his office. I had this beautiful setup tonight and with candles and a fireplace, and I'm in the office with the printer. So yeah, here we go. I think I'm next. I'm going to do a song that I wrote with the wonderful Mark Orelli. Here it goes. At the diner downtown, old timers sit around, talk about the flood of 42, how they washed from higher ground as the water took it down, like a verse from the Bible coming true. After losing everything, you could hear the hammers ring as they built it all up again. The mill wheels turned, they kneeled in church, washed of all their sins, but the river always wins. I come down from the mountain like judgment from on high, coming home to the ocean, and I don't give a damn
I wish you could have heard my lead because I actually had some tasty little licks.
I know. Well,
Someday.
well, thank you. I kept thinking like, oh, yes. Can everybody hear me? Could you hear me? Was it okay?
Beautiful.
Hear
Yeah,
me?
it was
Thank God.
great. Really good.
Totally
So
awesome.
much sound stress.
It was way better than Terry.
Well, of course.
Way
No.
I'm down with that. I'm okay with that.
No.
Oh.
Because so I mean the thing is there are a bunch of reasons why this show is super special to me and was going to be super special to me if we'd been able to do it in person, which, as Matt mentioned, was the plan. But Susan, when I first really got serious about writing, I was a subscriber to American Songwriter magazine, and Susan, I think in like the first issue that I got, had a column about like songwriting tips, and like I saw this person, and I lived in Boston at this point. I saw this person, like, is at the Berklee School of Music. I wonder if like she'll ever hear one of my songs and if she'll think it's okay.
My
And
God.
like,
That's so great.
and like now we're friends. Like we hang out like pretty regularly whenever, like at conferences and when I come through Boston, and
And I'm a
and I
huge
mean-
fan.
I just didn't know. And like, you seemed nice in print, but like you're even nicer in person.
Aw, thank you. Thank you, Terry.
Yeah.
Oh, I
And
love
Jim-
that story.
Jim, I met you in the back room at the Burn just about 4 years ago, and heard you sing a song after an open mic had ended. We were all just sitting around a table, and I was like, this is a person who knows how to write songs, and I want
Thanks, brother.
to be this person's friend. And so this is just so cool for a lot of different reasons. But it's cool to be doing it with Passim, and it's great to be doing it with the two of you.
Right back at you.
What you got for us, homeboy?
Well, I think I'm going to play a song of mine that is about, I think it has to do with the fact that you don't know what the person next to you is going through, the person sitting in the car while you're in traffic next to you, or the person who maybe just cut you off. This is a time, I think, of where empathy is in pretty short supply, interestingly enough, and I think that a little bit of empathy can help us in this situation in which we find ourselves. The name of this song is Oklahoma. Buy a 6-pack of beer east of Chakotah at a truck stop, and I get back onto the road. I drink one after the next, and I admire that prairie sunset, and I hope I-40 carries me back home. Well, my sister said that Dad could use a visit. I said I don't know what good that would do. See, I've been drinking and depressed and kinda useless. She said it might not be a bad thing for you to. So I'm driving across Oklahoma, doing all I can to stay my own lane. I should have turned around back in Arkansas, but I got my mother's blood in my veins. Oh, oh. A cold sweat west of Okemo. I wish my racing heart would just give it a rest. I think of pulling off and picking up a half pint to smearing off, but I hear my mother's sweet voice in my head. She said, I need you to try and be there for your daddy. I know it's hard for you, just do the best you can. But she was gone just a few short hours later, and Dad refused to let go of her hand. So I'm driving across Oklahoma, doing all I can to stand my own leg. Should have turned around back in Arkansas, but I got my mother's blood in my veins. Oh, oh, oh. It'll be my first time at the house since the reception. Well, I've been saying it's tough for me to get away. Now facing down the dear departed memories, and my daddy's grief might be more than I can take. But I'm driving across Oklahoma, doing all I can to stay in my own leg. I should have turned around back in Arkansas, but I got my mother's blood in my veins.
Dang, son.
Yummy.
Thank you.
Song. Whew.
Wow. Who would you cite as like a one or two of your songwriting inspirations, Terry?
I think it really started for me with Hank Williams, interestingly. But I think like even way back before that, the songs that I really got into were John Hyatt songs.
Oh, totally hear that
Like, me
all
too.
over that
Right.
stuff. I want to introduce you to the work of a guy named Bill Maloney, if you've never heard of him. He had a band called
No.
Vigilantes of Love that I think you're going to love and going to
Oh, cool.
resonate with you. Cool.
Bill Mallon. Cool.
Well, I'm going to do, I wasn't going to do this song. This is the great thing about playing in the round is I've just completely altered my set, and I'm going to do a song called Wyoming now. Because I've got one, and why not? So this song is a song based on a road trip I did in 2014, where I drove 10,500 miles in 9 weeks all over the continental United States just because I needed a little adventure. But I'm having such a good time with you guys tonight, and we've been talking about doing live music and the state of the world. And if you're at home listening to this and having a good night, I want you to know that both Terry and Susan and I know that it's important that we acknowledge the simultaneous uprising and seclusion that's going on around the world right now, and that we are intentionally acknowledging that so that you know that we know, but we also just wanted to have time with you on a Sunday night just to play some folk music and to be able to share this time together in this space with a little bit of lightness and love. So this is called Wyoming. And it's not quite as depressing as the song I was going to do. So there's something there. The high desert across Wyoming, is a place to settle down. When you're hiding from the devil and don't want no one around, you could see forever there, but not beyond your nose. You could choose a happy life, but not know what you chose. And your home, sweet home. You were different back in high school when I held you in my arms. Before your heart got worried, before you donned that crown of thorns. Like a runaway but legal age, with no one there to chase you down. From that chiseled hole you'd made for years to escape from this old town, to your home, sweet home, to your home, sweet home. Now there's a kind of pain we run from, and a kind of fear that holds you tight. There's a part of you that just let go, and another part that saw the light. And I won't pretend to understand, but I wondered as you wandered on, lit by stars and moonlight, hoping no one there would know you're gone. To your home, sweet home, to your sweet home. The high desert across Wyoming is a place to settle down. When you're hiding from the devil and don't want no one around.
Oh man, that was beautiful.
Wow.
So good.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Franz.
So good.
Well,
The thing I love about both of your songs so much, and it's something I try to shoot for, is that they kind of make the jump from your heart to mine pretty easily. Like I can feel it's just very accessible without being overly simple. You know,
That's love.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, such a good time. This is so good for my heart. Susan Cattaneo,
My
give me what you got, little mama.
Well, so, interestingly enough, I am the daughter of a 92-year-old mother who's been in quarantine since March, but, and I am the mother of an 18-year-old daughter, and that puts me bookended very beautifully between two really amazing people. And it got me thinking about mothers and daughters and mothers. And I like to kind of think about what we inherit and what we pass on. And this song came out of that idea. Mothers and daughters, cut from the same cloth, we promise our hearts till death do we part, in front of the same God. We say I love you, then we say I do. Then we spend years saying I'm sorry more than we have to. It's something borrowed, something blue. We've been handed down this sorrow, but we wear it as if it were true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Daughters and mothers carry the same scars. We question our worth, what we deserve. We inhabit the same dark. We say I love you, then what do? We put ourselves down, put ourselves last. Look at our lives, a half-empty glass. Is something borrowed, something blue. We've been handed down this sorrow, but we wear it as if it were true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Can we undo what has been done? Is it set in stone who we become? She is my daughter. We have the same eyes. She's quick with a word, quick to feel hurt. Her shadows are all mine. And how I love her, as mothers do. And I'll be damned if I'll make her carry more than she has to. Of something borrowed, something blue. I've been handed down this sorrow, but I swear I won't make it true. It's something borrowed, something blue. Something blue. Something blue. Something blue.
Gorgeous. What a song.
Thanks.
What a song. What a
That's so
timeless, beautiful song.
How old is that?
I just wrote that. Actually.
Okay.
Just
That's-
wrote that in the past year and played it for my daughter, and we had a good cry in the car.
Man.
It was good. So, yeah.
Jeez, Susan.
Thanks.
That's lovely. It makes me, as I was listening to it, it occurred to me that I want to play this song next. And the first time I played this song ever was on the stage at Passim. First time I played this song for people was on the stage at Passim. So it's about how when my wife and I were trying to have kids, we had it was a rough road. We have two incredible daughters. They're 11 and 15, but it was a rough road to get here. So this song is called "Better Luck Next Time." put the books in a box just as quick as I can. And I hope she doesn't see it. No. She's downstairs in the kitchen with a half-drunk can of beer. Birds keep singing and the grass still grows. Let her alone next time. Let her alone next time. The box goes in the closet where she never looks, and I wonder what the hell we'll do next. I sit down at the table and I try to take her hand. She says I don't want to be touched just yet. Next time. Let her alone next time. I said, tell me what you wanna do. I'll do anything at all. And she says, honey, just get me out of here. So we jump into the car and we drive through the night in a useless attempt to outrun our tears. And her alone next time. On a bed in a broken down motel, and silently I begin to cry. She sits down next to me and puts her hand on my arm. She says we'll have better luck next time. And her next time. Let her alone next time. Let her
I feel like we all have the best seats in the house tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, we're lucky. I'm gonna do a sad one. I love people like Cheryl Wheeler who can go ahead and they can be as funny as they are sad, and they can flip that switch and do both. It's really, really good. I've been obsessed with the Ellis Paul song "Rose Tattooed." You guys know that song?
Such a good song.
Yeah, it opens with the line. I think it's the greatest opening line. He says, "I got laid off. It's Monday, and I'm calling to tell you don't sit with me well. I feel like I failed you." And I'm just like, we kill ourselves to write these lines that are so, and better off next time is just it's just so perfect. It's so simple and clean and perfect, and it gets to it, and it's great. So, all right, so this is a song for people that are, not to get too heavy, but if you're lonely, it's going to sound like such a Hallmark cliche, but it's true. If you're lonely, you're not alone. And so this is a song about, I guess, kind of saying goodbye, maybe in service of rediscovering yourself or getting clear and okay. I put your key in the mailbox. I couldn't bring myself to write you a goodbye. I drove away for the last time from the raven night into the bluebird sky. Now there's a light on the horizon and a valley where I laid my head, and a voice that keeps on calling me back home. There's a quietness I've needed, though I was unaware. Now the silence, like my lover, breaks my bones. Now the silence, like my lover, breaks my bones. I put the cap back in the bottle. I won't pour myself a glass from time to time. Hit the deck, sang hallelujah to the voice that still haunts me and reminds that there's a light on the horizon and a valley where I laid my head, and a voice that keeps on calling me back home. There's a quietness I've needed, though I was unaware. Now the silence, like my lover, breaks my bones. Now the silence, like my lover, breaks my bones.
Yes.
There's a happy little ditty.
I love that.
Thanks.
That was beautiful. When did you write that?
I wrote it in the fall of 2018.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, oh gosh, I'm sorry. I just keep changing what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do a brand new song, like brand new. Just wrote it with my friend Scarlett. It might not even be done, but I'm just gonna play it because I really feel like it. And I would probably do this at Passim anyway, because I'd be like, what the heck? We're at Passim. You know. So I have to say that since the whole pandemic came into my life, I've found it really hard to make music. I feel like I have been, I don't know, every time I think I'm gonna sing something, I feel this desire to be silent instead. And so for a while I didn't sing at all. I didn't play at all. I pretty much sat in my house and watched TV and ate Oreos. And then I kept thinking, no, I need to go back to something that really makes me feel good, and that is music. And music is like, it's like home base for me. It's like my religion. And so I started this song, and I'm gonna do it for you now. This is my hymn. I forgot the words. Wait. Oh yeah, sorry. This is my hymn. The way I begin to go back to when days get blue. This is my way to show a little faith for the simple things like sound of rain on the roof. I'm counting all the days and all the times and all I've spent with you. I'm counting all the moments, all the life that I've spent with you. troubles seem to shatter when I remember all that matters is that love always wins. That's where I begin. When I'm all alone, a heart heavy as a stone, you help me find that silver line of the moon. With your hand in my hand, darkness doesn't stand a chance to steal the joy, to hush the voice that speaks to me so sweetly. Your love's an art, and my heart's trouble-proof. Oh, I'm counting all the stars and all the world and all the time with you. I'm counting all the moments, all the life that I've spent with you. The troubles seem to shatter when I remember all that matters is that love always wins. That's where I begin. Amen. 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 This is my hymn.
Oh,
Whoa. My friend wrote a book called Love Wins, and when he talks, he always will begin a sentence by saying, "I begin with."
Nice.
It's a great book. You might love it. I'll see if I can get you a
I'll
copy.
totally check it out. I mean, I just was like, for me, like, this is my hymn. Like, I go back to music. I go back to. It was like, oh, I shut myself off from it, and then it made me really sad to shut myself off from it, and so I'm kind of re-emerging again, I guess.
Great. Thanks for
well,
Thanks for letting me share that. Yikes!
It's
I screwed up
hard.
the words in the chorus, but they're better than what I sang. But that's okay.
You know, the singing and music making and all this, it takes a tremendous amount of energy, you know? And I mean, speaking for myself, you know, the first couple weeks of all of this, I just had no energy to do anything other than to make sure I still had a sense of smell. You know?
I know. I've totally been overusing spices just to make sure that everything is still there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think this is going to be our last round. And I thank you to Club Passim for having me. I wish we could have done it in person as planned, but this is great. This is wonderful. And thanks to everybody who's watching, and thanks to Jim and Susan for inspiring me just with their brilliant songs and great voices. And yeah. I'm going to finish with a song that I recorded with a small record label out in California. And we actually have 7-inch vinyl records with this on it on my website, which you can actually see right there. Thank you, Matt Smith, for putting that up. There's a little store section, and so if you like this song, there's a really cool little 45 with it on it, and other stuff in the store as well. So I appreciate everyone listening, and just everybody stay safe, and we'll be together before long. The song is called "Does the Fish Feel the Knife?" Well, does the fish feel the knife? That's what she asked me, and I did not know how I should respond. She asked me again, said, "Daddy, did you hear me?" And the answer that I gave we get it wrong. Yeah, most things seem kind of simple until you poke at them even just a little. Does a fish feel the knife? What happens when we die? Is it kind of like sleeping? She asked me this, and I was at a loss. Driving home from a wake early in the evening, I'd seen her staring up at Jesus on the cross. And you can't say no one knows. Not to a girl who's 4 years old. Does a fish feel a knife? You need a license to drive a car, to shoot a buck, to cut a man's hair. Anyone can have a kid. I'll send you home, good luck, take care. Does a fish feel a knife? Well, Daddy, who's that man? Why is he always on the corner? Well, she asked me as we sat there at the light. A cardboard sign, spare a dime or a quarter. Man, there's so much in this world that just ain't right. We let folks slip through the cracks. No, I wasn't gonna tell her that. But does a fish feel the knife? You need a license to drive a car, to shoot a buck, to cut a man's hair. Anyone can have a kid. I'll send you home, good luck, take care. Does a fish feel the knife? Does a fish feel the knife? Does a fish feel the knife?
That is
Somewhere-
my favorite song ever.
Somewhere one of our vegan audience members is saying they're writing a song in response called You Bet Your Ass They Do.
Yes.
Such a good song.
That's a
man.
great song,
Woo!
dude.
Thanks.
Dang, I love that guitar
Right?
part too. Really cool.
Thanks.
Last song of the night. Thank you, Matt Smith, so much. Thank you so much, Terry, for putting this together. Thank you so much, Susan, for everything that you do for the community and for who you are, and for your beautiful husband, Dino, who I love very
Thank
much.
God for Dino, sound man.
Thank God for in
Oh
Dino
my
we
God.
trust. And thank you, Abby Altman, who is having her night off and chilling out, and I saw that at least at some point in time she was tuned in. Love you, Club Passim. Miss your hallowed halls and believe that we will be back soon enough. I wrote this song with Christopher Williams, the great Christopher Williams, and we wrote it about saying goodbye to our dads and about him saying hello to his son. And this is gonna be the last song I sing for you, and I just want it to be a blessing for you tonight. You, tethered and worn, beautifully torn, and tired from all you've seen. Take the time you need, the air to breathe, to find relief in the in-between. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. Love, where you are, let your heart find the rhythm that it seeks. Rest your weary soul so it will know the ways it longs to be released. You have everything you need. You have everything you need. And don't be afraid. There are no words to say. Just like the day you first came into this world, you have everything you need. You have everything you need. So come rest here with me, where you have everything you need.
Oh man,
Man.
that was beautiful. So beautiful.
What a fun night.
So we've had donate passim.org/stream, suggested donation $18. Don't forget that. Don't forget that part.
Give
I
till
just-
it hurts.
Yeah, right?
It always hurts.
It always hurts. I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much, Terry, for putting this together. I'm so sorry we're not in the same room.
Me
And
too.
Jim, I loved hearing you tonight. Such a beautiful, you leave me with a sense of peace when I hear your song. It's just, I feel it. So I'm gonna end with something upbeat because we should do that.
Thank God.
End with something
Thank God.
a little bit louder and a little bit happier.
Yeah.
So this was the title track of my double album. I recorded it twice, and I mean it when I sing it. So I'm gonna sing it for you now. The heart beats louder than the dollar, shines light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, but love harder. Father Time's got a job to do. Punches in his time card, then he's coming for you. You pray to St. Joe for that 9 to 5. You should be praying to St. Valentine. The heart beats louder than the dollar, shines a light in a world gone darker, draws joy in permanent marker. Work hard, love harder,
I wish that next year on this exact date we could do this exact show at Club Passim in the club. That's what I wish. I'm not doing anything but saying that would be really cool.
I'm going to hold the date.
Are you?
I'll hold the date for you.
Oh, I love
Oh, Matt Smith.
That'd be great.
That
That'd be
is
great.
so great.
Yeah.
Matt, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of joy in
What a
amongst
pleasure.
all the pandemicness.
What a pleasure. Susan
Oh.
Cattaneo, Jim Trick, Terry Klein, great to see you all.
Great to see you too.
Yeah, it's not the same as being in the club, but this is pretty cool too. I gotta say.
So cool.
So, thanks to everyone for tuning in tonight. Make sure you do visit the passim.org stream website where you can make a donation. The suggested donation for the show tonight is $18. You'll see our future schedule there as well, including the Passim School of Music classes and workshops. And keep an eye out for some in the club events and perhaps some of our outreach shows. We might be able to get some of those outdoor shows in as well over the summertime. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see everybody.
Great
Take
to
care.
see you too. Thank you so much.
Love you to
bet.
all.
Love
Good night.
guys.
Good night.
Take care.